Here we go first against the new Ayara. Pretty decent starting hand. The Pro Red is going to be really useful here. And as is the Wrath of God, as long as we get to keep that in our hands. So I would have gone for the Search, but I don't know what to get yet. We want to kind of see how they establish their field a bit more. Crucius. That is such a good card. So powerful. I think we're going to go for Search for Glory here. And set up the following turn with the Elspeth Conquers Death. So they don't know we have the Wrath of God. So they might just go ahead and play another creature anyway, because the logic is if they see us getting rid of one thing, why not play two things? Gilded Lotus, okay. And a Reckless Stormseeker. So now I'm tempted to get rid of the Gilded Lotus, to be honest. Yeah, this is a bit of a strange situation. Because they're ramping super hard. Yeah, we'll go for this. We'll get rid of the Gilded Lotus. It's a bit risky because now they still have the Crucius, which is the thing I really wanted to kill originally. But now we've played the ECD, maybe they commit to the field more, and they do. So we're going to take a massive hit here. Down to 10, and they're going to sack the Reckless Stormseeker to get something bigger? Because they can only sack non-legends to get one at random from the deck. Yeah, I always feel... The one downside of this deck is I always feel like I'm on the back foot. Day of Judgment. So we're not going to get to return anything, which is really sad. But I think we just have to... We just have to blow the field up, right? If they had less pressure, I could have gone for the Teferi there. I suppose the upside here is we can use Heliod to return the ECD. So it's not too bad. Forge Fire Automaton. So that's going to be able to return creatures from the graveyard for free. Okay, but they don't realise we have another board wipe, so... Upkeep, return a creature with less power. I don't think I really want that to happen. And if they can't kill our Heliod and Thassa together, then every few turns we can just get back ECD. So, it's looking pretty good. Next turn we can double spell at Sushi. Oh no, sorry, we couldn't double spell before, but we can now.
I know my responsibility.
Put the Sushi to hand.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
And now we can get back the Heliod. So I think they're in a lot of trouble, to be honest. Bringing back ECD every turn is kind of crazy. The Atsushi has a death trigger, but I won't be able to do it. Oh, Bajuka Bog came just a bit too slow there. Damn, we have some good stabilization here, guys. We can now swing in and get some extra plays off the top as well. Okay, so we play the land and uptick. We are looking pretty damn good, guys. Let's see how much longer they can sustain this. In a way, I don't like dominating too hard because it just makes the opponent quit. I like a good balanced game, to be honest. There's no point in just dominating because it doesn't... No one learns anything from that. Wormcoil Engine. So they can block this. And then we can then... Oh, this is brutal, isn't it? So they block this, that means that next turn we can bring it back with the... Or we could just do this. Bounce it. ECD returns it next time. There's so many different things we could have done there. I feel really mean. We could have bounced the ECD as well. That's crazy. Land and Teferi. I don't think they can last much longer, unfortunately.
Right on schedule. No time for a break.
And the phasing of Zalfir as well. To open Acuity. Wow. Such a great field, guys. Untap stuff as well. Why ever not? Not that we use counters. Counters are a bit too easy. So they can kill Heliod with a black kill spell, but then we can revive it with the ECD, and then when we do that, so basically Heliod with ECD is a loop, right? So this brings back Teferi. Oh my goodness. That is actually stupid. Props to the opponent for staying in.
Might be a bad idea.
Mox Amber as well. Right, let's swing in with Heliod. Unbelievable this Heliod's also, you know, just a creature. Doesn't even need devotion anymore, he's just online. 2 lands. Holy crap. This sword is just incredible. I guess we can flip him here. Yeah, let's use the life. And he stays equipped, and now we have flash. Yeah, there's not much they could do. Look at that's got to be one of my favorite. This Heliod's got to be one of my favorite cards I think I've ever made, ever. Hello there, welcome to another brand new video with a new commander from March of the Machine. It's Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, and I think this is actually one of my favorite cards from the set. And it's nice because it's kind of nice to like something that no one has really talked about. So all the other commanders, you'll see them in like mostly mythic rares, but I think this card is deceptive for a rare. I think this does a lot of work, and I think it's going to be pretty strong, especially in a white-blue control-y shell. And in testing, I found it really interesting, actually. So join me in this video as we go through probably more relaxed video style. One of my friends, Norman Conquest, he actually inspired me to make this video because I wanted to do a longer video and see if people would enjoy it. So hopefully you enjoy more of a longer one. I'll probably try and get this around an hour. See if you want to chill. And I might do, if I do an hour video, it's going to be a bit more chilled, I think. And hopefully get more controlling games. I know it sounds a bit weird, but when you have aggro, it's very quick. But when it's controlling, you have more of a brain teaser. So this Heliod comes in, returns an enchantment from your graveyard to your hand, which is already pretty good because you're returning value to your hand. One piece of advantage you could do for the deck, which I haven't included, is a self-mill strategy, which is interesting, but I think I didn't really want to go down that route because I think it was overcomplicating stuff. Because you just want to kind of get the advantage randomly with this coming out late game. Then you can flip it for 3 mana and 2 life, or 4 mana in total, and then it becomes Heliod, the Warped Eclipse, which is really, really awesome. I absolutely love this effect. It feels like you're cheating. So you can cast spells as though they had flash, so this is essentially like having a Leyline of Anticipation out, which is really fantastic in the deck as well, just in case. And whenever your opponent draws cards, which is quite often, your spells cost 1 less to cast in your hand. I think this is definitely going to be a sleeper hit. Like, being able to make spells cost 1 less is ridiculous. Another way you could abuse this is use card effects at instant speed or sorcery speed that allows both players to draw. And it's a bit risky, but if you want to cast those big spells, then yeah, go for it. Try something like that. So the deck, as you can see, is heavy around the 3 mana. And that's good, because you want to be able to cast as many spells as possible. Some of these standout enchantments that you might want to return. Remember, it doesn't return gods, so that's the only downside. but we've got one with the multiverse, which is really powerful. It's like a mini omniscience. You can cast stuff from the top of your deck. You can cast stuff from your hand for free. Play lands from the top. Absolutely wonderful card. Curabas the Sea God. This, being able to do multiples of this is crazy. Obviously, when this goes to the graveyard, you can cast Heliod and bring it back to your hand. And then we have testing out the new Jingataxias, which I just really like. This is definitely a pet card. This is the first Praetor I bought in real life for this set. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell with CMC through a greater draw card, this line of text just, oh, beautiful. Absolutely love it. Elspeth Conquers Death is just super good as well because, as I said, getting multiple recursive uses of this is fantastic. And you've got Alish Norn as well to double ETBs, which leads me on to the next component. It's a flicker deck shell, and that's why Thassa's in here, because our general has an ETB. Getting back 1 or 2 enchantments is legit with Thassa, and Thassa works really well with anything in Azorius that comes in and does something. So you've got Solemn Simulacrum, Soul Herd as a flicker, Reflector Mage, Obscura, Polymorphist, exile something. So yeah, this shell was very similar to my Dungeons and Dragons deck shell, if you've seen that. But yeah, the shell was so powerful that I just kind of ported it across, took out the dungeon cards and moved a few things around, and it worked out really well. You know, it's got your favourite Azorius cards like Teferi, and you've got the big Teferi as well, which back in the day I was probably a bit opposed to using, but seeing how powerful baseline decks are these days, it's just kind of like auto addition to just have these, and doesn't really change the algorithm too much because you're always going to be facing powerful decks now. So it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I really like this card and I hope you enjoy watching this video. I've got one in paper. Tell me what your favourite card was from March of the Machine and which ones you bought, because I'd be interested to know what you'd like me to build next as well. Any kind of information like that is really interesting to me. I'm constantly learning. I've been doing this for 2 years almost. So yeah, it's gone really quick and I still have loads to learn even though I've done this for 2 years. If you like longer videos, could you tell me that as well? I know I'm asking a lot of information, but yeah, just I need to know if longer videos will be watched. I hope so. Apparently people like listening to my videos, so that's good news. And yeah, deck list below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel because, as you know, that really helps the channel out. And you can always donate to the channel via Ko-fi or becoming a YouTube member, which is a small fee a month, but that does mean you get to dictate which commanders I build every month, once per month. So with all that, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, opponent goes first. Attractor, but our hand it's not really gonna have to mull that. There's nothing to it. Okay. We can pull some stuff with the Sentinel, maybe. Let's see if that can draw some things. Go on, go on. Yes, we get a card. Into the North is something we see quite often here. So, luckily, we have the Loyal Warhound, which means in our turn, we are just going to be able to ramp. Which is pretty solid. I love it. Sometimes going second is not as bad. Stuff like the Loyal Warhound here that can, you know, equalise is pretty decent. Key to the Archive. That is going to mean they're going to get a Tractor next turn. 4, 5, 6. So we desperately need removal for that if we do have any. I think we'll just go for the Teferi then if this is the case. Probably just look for some answers. Thassa with the Warhound is kind of cool, because it means we can get some more ramp, but we just need some removal. We can actually troll them with the Reflector Mage, because if we bounce the Attractor to the hand, and let's say they draw more cards, they're just going to have too many cards. And then at that point, it just becomes overkill, because yeah, it's a tricky one, to be honest. I think I will do that. Let's just see how it goes, right? Because Reflector Mage's tempo. Feed, Lotus, Tithe. Oh wow, that's actually a really bad hit. Right, so let's play the land first. No kill spells. So yeah, I think we just bounce it. And they can't recast it next turn. Can you imagine we beat Atraxa just by bouncing Atraxa? Doesn't feel right, does it? Okay, now we can untap stuff. So, artifact, feature, land. And I guess, so they can kill any of our creatures with Defeat the Swarm. Do we ramp? Or let's go for Dovin, because this slows them down a bit. Like, it must be infuriating for them. Because all their spells are now going to cost one more. Artifacts, instants, and sorceries. So this one. Not the enchantment, though. And so what they don't realise here is that with the Thassa in our hand and Reflector Mage, it means we can just kind of permanently disable their commander. Smothering Tithe doesn't... I don't really care about it, to be honest. Oh, we even have Teferi. Teferi number 2. So yeah, we ain't paying for that. 6 and 6. So this Thassa maybe not so good just yet. Do we just attack first? I think we just attack first. Down to 10. Go for this Teferi. Yeah, we'll balance the Tithe anyway, because I can't be bothered to keep pressing the button for that. And yeah, solemn with the Thassa's good. So yeah, we're just completely tapping out here, but let's see what they do. They have an abundance of cards. Worst case scenario, something like Blood on the Snow, kill all walkers. That would be bad. Or Demonic Tutor. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they could just straight up win the game here with the Tutor. As long as they remember that Dovin Barn makes the spells cost 1 more. 10 life. Emergent Ultimatum. Okay, so the only way Atraxa players can win apparently is by using a 1-card combo. So let's see which 3 they're going to choose here. It's going to be some combination of extra turns, right? Omniscience, Temporal Mastery, River's Rebuke. 2 turns in a row. We'll put the Rebuke back into the deck. So they're going to get 2 extra turns in a row here. See what they can do. So remember, Dovin means they can't cast these spells unless they pay 1. So they only got 1 extra turn there. So it looks like that Dovin actually came in pretty handy. I think only 1 got resolved. It's hard to... Yeah, there's no extra turns on the left side of the screen. Yeah, they normally appear on the left. So don't underestimate this Dovin, guys. When people play free spells and they're tapped out... Thoughtseize. I think Thoughtseize might be the best card they have. Liliana. Again, nothing, like, too radical there. If they don't deal with the Reflector Mage, then... Oh, this will be interesting. Thoughtseize. Costing them 2 mana. We get to draw a card. Yeah, I think they need to take the Thassa. Yeah, honestly, this Dovin Barn is absolute clutch. I took the Cure Best Sea God. I mean, I'm not that bothered about that. I don't think they realise what Thassa's Reflector Mage does. They're not going to have any blockers. They clearly don't seem to have any creatures. They can't cast spells during our turn. Okay. Take up.
Don't worry, I got this.
So we can also just tap the Atraxa as well. And yeah, swing in. Down to 2. No point in ticking on this, but yeah, we'll use this artifact. Creature land.
Give me a moment.
End the turn. Flicker the Reflector Mage. Oh my god, I love technical decks. This is my jam. If you're not subscribed to the channel, by the way, please do, because you'll see more stuff like this. Really technical games where we don't use cards like Emergent Ultimatum and probably still lose the game. Magic is all about threat assessment, so people probably look at this Cure and think it's the scariest card, but it wouldn't have done anything. It would have given me an 8/8, and they could have just board wiped all my creatures away. So Onyx, they're going to dig for an answer here, and they will be able to gain some life, because every time they cast an instant sorcery, they'll be able to gain 2 and drain us for 2. But yeah, we just Reflector Mage, honestly, immense card. Okay, opponent goes first with Ragavan. Yeah, that's very powerful. Okay, so we have an answer, but we have only tapped mana, which is kind of annoying. So we can scry something bad at the top. Yeah, we'll leave that on top. So they're going to steal this. They can't play it until an turn you can cast it. So they're just going to get a 4-drop that they can do nothing with. But they do ramp up as well, which is absurd. That's why this card was about £70 when it first got printed. Somewhat annoyingly, they can still cast him if we get rid of him in their turn. It's just never going to go away, is it? Yeah, it's a pretty obnoxious card to add to Historic Brawl. I actually have no idea why they added this. It's just insane, to be honest. Okay. So ideally we need a board wipe and a land and or a board wipe or something. Although when this dies it gets 3 treasures, so don't really want that to die really. As if it's got haste as well. Key to the archive on top. So we don't get a land, I think we're just dead. Oh, the haste is the dash cost, isn't it? Yeah, that's ridiculous. So if we get a land here, means we can actually block the Ragavan if they want to dash it again. Ancient Copper Dragon, holy hell. As if they had enough mana to do that. So we're going to bounce it to the hand, that's for sure. We need to slow them down. Give ourselves the sword. And let's just swing in, see if we get some lands off the top. Oh no, Fragment Reality, that would have been so good. Oh well, they would have stolen that anyway with the Ragavan, so probably for the best actually. Because they would have been able to exile the Solemn. Damn, this is a lot of power coming in here. So they hit a land. And they get 2 lands themselves and a Trove. So the Trove means we have to attack. Elspeth Conquers Death. Now that is a good answer. Have to say. So we can get rid of the Yatsushi. Finally. Unless they do some weird something or other. a Braid. I'm not sure why they had to do that in response. Strange timing. But also, we didn't have the veto open as well, which is kind of sad. I guess that means we can just leave the mana up for Dovan's veto here. Yeah, we should have played the land, but we didn't know they had that, did we? Trove. Let's just counter that. So, have we managed to stabilise here? They got another kill spell. Wowzers. Okay. Day of Judgment. As if it's a dash. 2-1. Get a treasure. Get a thing off the top. What on earth? What on earth is this format? What has this format become now? We have no enchantments in the graveyard, which is very sad. So they can't cast 4-drops. And we're not going to level this up because otherwise we're going to be at 3 life, which is way too risky. They could just go for the Ancient Copper Dragon here. So actually playing the Heliod was probably a mistake, to be honest. Yeah, that was a mistake. Although we have the Fateful Absence. As if they had yet another kill spell. Okay. Considering they're a mono red deck, they sure do have a hell of a lot of answers for us here. Okay, let's get more basics. So I think I'm just going to... How much we got? 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we're going to go for the old Leyline Day of Judgment line of play here. So if they want to dash this, I'm just going to blow up their whole field. But annoyingly, they can just do it again, can't they? So actually, we just go for the Fateful Absence here. Because we'd just be killing 2 of our own creatures for no reason. Man, Ragavan is really tricky to get rid of, especially when you're on low life. They've got the sword as well. Linvala, okay. So I think we'll just go over the top. And we've got Flash, so we literally do not have to reveal anything. Yeah, we might be okay here. Exile the top, you can play those cards. Didn't they already use something like that? Exile the top 2. This is exactly the same as that. Anger of the Gods. So it won't deal damage to their own creatures. So if we go for Linvala, we can literally give our team indestructible here. We're just going to Uno reverse card them with a Linvala. And we can even blow up their Ragavan if we really want to. Didn't see that one coming, did you, boy? Shock, okay. As if... So if we kill our field here, they don't get the Bone Crusher Giant. Which I think is fine, because it also means we can use Heliod in our following turn. So yeah, let's do this. Yeah, because I'm basically going to fizzle their target. Which means the Bone Crusher Giant just go to the graveyard rather than the Adventure Zone. So many lands. And yeah, we don't... Nothing lasts on that field. Sadly. Okay, so we go to them again. And we still have Flash, remember. And if they cast Ragavan normally... Oh, a Torbran. That's disgusting as hell. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many enchantments do we have? We have 2. So, I guess we want to get both of those back, don't we? Yeah, okay. So I think we're in a good situation here where we can go for Heliod, get back 2 enchantments. Wow. This is awesome. And we want to do it here just in case they draw a lightning bolt or something, because a lightning bolt would just kill us with Torbran out. Yeah, suck on those apples, boy. Okay, we go first. It's an okay hand. I like a bit of ramp, to be honest, but also, yeah, we'll see how we go. Sword is really good as well. Just need a creature to equip it to. I think we'll get rid of that. That is something that can continuously gain an advantage later on. Just need more lands. An island would be ideal. Kethis. Oh, we actually got it. Yeah, I think I'll hold off just a moment, though. I want to try and get a 2-for-1. Questing beast. Okay, so we're going to get a couple of good hits here. Yeah, we'll go for the Wrath of God here. Don't want to mess around. And I think even the portable hole to get rid of the arcane signet, just to slow them down a bit. There's a difference between maybe them casting Kethis or not, so... Here comes Kethis. We're going to tuck the Kethis away with the Tef here.
Won't hide from the world any longer. You
Just anything to slow them down, because if they get the haste at the graveyard, it'd be quite annoying, because they'll be able to kill the Teferi imminently. Okay, Redain. Makes our spells a bit more expensive.
You know what? I'm not done.
Skrelv's Hive. So, how do we stop? I don't know. Can we stop Redain? We need something 3 mana. Guess the Dovin stops it. That's a pretty decent hit, because just being able to fog the Redain is good, because it means our Teferi stays alive here.
Is unattainable, so stop trying.
Okay. I could have gone for the Linvala, but if they killed the Linvala in combat, they would still be able to kill the Teferi, so they've got their own search for glory as well. So, can they find a 2-mana spell that can deal with one of our threats? Not sure. So we could use the phasing of Zalfir to like phase something out as well, because it means that it will just... We can use this defensively or aggressively, so we can phase out one of our Planeswalkers, or phase out one of their creatures. But if we can keep Teferi alive, then we're looking really good. Also, I just realised that obviously Dovin also slows down their spells, because it makes this instant... Oh, sorry, this sorcery costs 1 more as well. Heart of Kiran. Interesting. So we have the kill spell for the Redain, which is good. Let's draw a card first. Intervention. Right, let's try and kill the Redain here. So now we don't have to use the Dovin. And we've got Skrelv's Hive to just... apply some pressure. And also, we can equip a sword to one of the might tokens. So we're creating attackers every single turn. Oh no, they've got Kaya. So she can exile. Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to be able to deal with that, are we?
I don't move without knowing my
Scry 1. How are we going to deal with it? Drawing 2 every turn is very, very powerful. Let's just hope we can keep enough blockers here. Attackers, sorry, not blockers. We can't target her with anything. What do we do? We are in a lot of trouble, aren't we? We could go for the Heliod, but then they would be able to exile him. So maybe that's a bad idea, but then Heliod doesn't bring anything back either. Hexproof, we can't target it with anything. There's no point equipping a sword yet, because it can't actually... Right, I think we're just going to pass a turn, and we're going to use the Castle Vantress. Wow, they're destroying so many cards.
I've done my research.
That's so crazy. We don't want another land. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. Bloodchief's Thirst. Let's scry with the Castle Vantress, see if there's anything on top. And Violet and a Smothering Tithe. Damn. Okay, so we're losing to Fairy.
Really should have seen that coming.
That's not good. They're going to cultivate as well. See, the annoying thing is, with our sword, if we attack Kaya, then it's not actually progressing our field. So I think we're just going to have to smack them with the sword. Yeah, I think I'm just going to literally ignore Kaya. She doesn't have an ultimate anyway, so... It'd be too annoying. Oh no, we can't target her. We can't target her with that, but would it be good to get rid of it? Oh no, because if we play this, that means she'll just be able to exile it and get one of our things, so we're definitely not going to play this. Definitely not. That really, really sucks. I think what we can do is maybe phase out the might token. I don't know. I don't know what to do. We can't do nothing. Yeah, this is very odd, guys. This is a very odd play, but by doing this, essentially, I'm keeping the might token alive. So they can't exile it in their turn. And also, if they play any creatures, they will just die here.
Gotta think on
Draw 2. Damn, I really need to get a Narset out. Narset would completely stop Kaya, and she wouldn't be able to do anything about it unless they had a kill spell. Okay. Monk class. Not an answer that we need. And just so you know, when you phase something out, the sword or any equipment is phased with it.
These results are an
Oh, they
anomaly
went for the
not
Dovin.
to be
Okay.
repeated.
Interesting. So they were just getting sick of Dovin taxing them, I suppose. Now, the other annoying part here is that... let's see. Let's see if we can... We can't even attack Kaya. We can draw some cards, though. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I love how Kai's not even the commander, but... problematic is the word here. Let's go for the Redane. That might slow them down for just one turn. So they have a board wipe, they get rid of all these things. Okay, so they're going to go for the Redane, which makes our spells cost more, but we don't really... There's his Runner's Blast, okay. Interesting. Wow, they absolutely just spaffed their field there. So if we can get rid of the Kaya, that's the question. We've got 2 blockers, 3 technically with the Heart of Kiran. We could just set up another turn. It's got protection from red and green. So we'd have to get rid of this and this. Why does Panharmonicon cost 6? Oh, because of the Redane. Right, let's kick this. We'll get rid of the... Okay, we're going to have to be... So we're going to get rid of the Redane. And then when I play this, this can get rid of the Heart of Kiran. Which means we'll be able to kill the Kaya, I think. Oh, there's 2 triggers, aren't there? How weird is that? Panharmonicon has its own trigger. Huh. Kind of interesting. So we went through a lot of hoops there to kill the Kaya.
I should probably disappear.
Reach the multiverse, so they're going to get Kaya back. After all that. After all that effort. Kaya and Teferi.
I know what must be done. Let's skip.
Unbelievable. And a Vorinclex.
You're not safe.
Okay. They just literally killed us out of nowhere. I think the sequencing... I think they probably should have gone for the Vorinclex first. And then, if they went for the Vorinclex first and then the Breach, they would have had Teferi on ultimate. But yeah, I mean, they won either way. But yeah, damn. That was... That felt like a really tough battle, but... Breach the multiverse. Need to put that in my decks. Okay, damn. Pretty good. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so we have a Esper Sentinel in the starting hand, which is just... God draw, really. How could you not do that? Instantly keepable hand. Monk class as well. So we can bounce something to their hand next turn, which could be useful. Especially if it's something that gives us a card. Okay, so they could go for the Kethis next turn, but if they do, then we just bounce it. I mean, do we even need to bounce it? That's the question. We'd probably just go for Heliod, right? It doesn't pose a threat to us. There's nothing in the graveyard. And sometimes, by the way, you will just have to cast Heliod without any advantage, which is a shame, because we do have a lot of enchantments in the deck, but you just need to get them out and start pressuring them.
The land is savage and defiant.
So they don't want to turn it into a land. Okay. Fateful Absence is pretty good. Okay, so now's a good time to try and bounce the Kethis, I think. Yeah, because we want to deal damage to kill the Nissa if possible. Murderous Rider. That is annoying. Yep, that is pretty annoying. So, because our plan A went really bad there, I think we just kill the Nissa outright.
Endings lead to new beginnings.
And then we can even exile the Mox Amber to slow them down a bit. And that was only possible because the Monk class makes our second spell cost 1 cheaper, so that's pretty useful. It's like a weird way to... It's like a mana rock, but only on your second spell. Here comes Kethis again. So... I think we just upgrade this. We're going to just put a down payment in for future turns. Because we don't really have any super effective ways to deal with Kethis right now, so hopefully the Monk class should be able to draw us into them. Liliana. Oh my goodness. Okay. She's going to minus.
This isn't your average.
She's going to create a zombie. Okay.
Rise.
So... exile the top card. As long as it remains exiled, you may cast, so we can't do lands annoyingly. So Liliana can just straight up kill 2 of our things, which is really sad. We're going to get another creature on end step with a wedding announcement. I really don't want to use the Wrath of God here, because they're going to draw 2 cards. Yeah, Lily's a tough one. I guess we can just get rid of the zombie. Actually, we can get rid of 2 of their things because we've got the Panamonic, and sadly we can't get rid of Kethis. And yeah, it's useful because it means that if they want to use the minus, they're going to have to play more creatures so Kethis doesn't die. Rishkar's expertise, wow, okay. Draw 3, and then they can put a spell into play that costs 5 or less. That's really good. And Nissa. Looks like a Super Friends build.
Witness the ties that bind us all. The
I'm
land
really not sure how we're going to deal with these Planeswalkers every single turn.
Like a fun new toy.
Down to 17. Fragment Reality is pretty good. We can exile the land. We've got 3 attack. They're going to ultimate if they just go to 6. That's pretty crazy. Do we really have to get rid of the zombie just to stop Nissa? Probably not. I think we'll get rid of the land, and we can just attack Nissa with 2 creatures here. Just so she can't ultimate.
will endure.
And let's see what we can get, because we are pretty desperate here.
The next few moments.
Oh, okay, this actually gets rid of the Liliana. That's useful. For now. Okay, so we are going to lose the Teferi, I think, but... I guess we get to slow them down a little bit. The Sentinel might be able to draw us another card as well, because I have to pay 2 now. Do they have a Casualties of War? Probably. They always do, don't they? Oh, it's a Murderous Rider. Okay.
Behold, nature's true
So
power.
Teferi's probably biting the dust here, which... Are they coming for me? Wow, okay. That's 10 damage. Sure thing. Down to 7. It's not looking good. But we do have the Wrath of God now. And that might be very useful. So what do we exile? Another land. That's really unlucky. Okay, let's try the Wrath of God, because we're not going to get through to Nissa anyway, and they'll just gain 2. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. If they kill this in response, they're going to draw 4 cards, which is... Oh no, that's really bad. So Lily comes in and they draw 4 cards from this.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion.
That is actually horrendous.
They were a lousy servant and dead. So I'll finally restraighten.
Yep,
Waste
not
no
happy about that.
want.
Not happy about that at all. I guess we can go for Heliod. And then you can return the pull of the Moon Mist. So this is an ultimate again. Let's untap. Artifact. Creature. Land. Yeah, that's a shame we didn't have enough mana for the Moon Mist there. Or the Mist Moon, sorry, should I say. Getting that Liliana back. Ugh. And a Vorinclex as well. That means that... disgusting. Disgusting. So we have to block here, sadly. Oh no, they're going for the Teferi. Oh, they could have just attacked me and forced me to block. How strange. I feel like they were really greedy here, because they can see we have Pull of the Moon Mist. I'm not sure they know what that does. Again, another land. This has been terrible. Right, so if we do this and kick it, we can actually get rid of 2 of their things. Okay, so we get rid of the Liliana. And because we have
Disappointing.
Panamonican, we can actually exile 2 of their creatures as well. Wait, what does it say? If it's kicked, choose a non-land permanent in your hand. It exiles non-land. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. So let's see which trigger it goes for first. Wow, there's so many abilities here. So yeah, we want to exile the Nissa with the first ability, and then that with the second. And then we've literally just destroyed their whole field here. Wow. That is actually insane.
My strength.
Holy hell. And then we can even make this a big guy as well. Wow. That was insane. Yeah, the only tricky thing is I couldn't see which abilities were triggering. Like, I wanted to exile the Vorinclex, but I couldn't see which, because one of them exiles it permanently, and then the other one just temporarily does it. So, okay, Godfarer's statue. Another land. So this has triggered a land 4 times in a row. That is stupid. Down to 7. And if they have a board wipe, then our field would be ruined. But let's see. They're going to need a board wipe, basically. Even if they just kill the Polymorphist. So they get back these 2. We can flash in the Imrith to block. Old Rutstein. Are they just absolutely screwed here? Have we just... Has the Polymorphist just absolutely won us the game? I think it has. Oh my goodness. That is crazy. Yep. Pretty sure. So if they draw a card, our spells are going to cost a bit cheaper. Which means Imrith is coming down. There's nothing else we can do, is there? I don't want to blow up the field. That's terrible. Okay, so that's a key to the archive there. So I think we just have to slam in with 1, 2. And they have to block... Yeah, there we go. I still don't feel that safe, to be honest. Down to 1. Draw 2 cards. No way. We didn't get any spells. So we can't cast the key to the archive. What is going on? Okay. Okay, so our backup plan obviously is Day of Judgment. I don't really want to do it, but... Choose a number between 0 and 13. Create that many... Oh, no, we're not going to have Flash now, are we? Which means we're just going to die. Oh, no. Oh, well. Yes, because they get Nissa and the Vorinclex back, which is going to be 11 damage.
Strange and magnificent world.
Okay. We almost had him. We were 1 shy. We actually had the answer in hand as well. Damn. Board wipe for the win. But we also, weirdly, exiled so many lands with the Monk class, so that was very strange as well. Not a single piece of value for 4 turns, after spending 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana to do that. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.